Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, oh, it is my extreme pleasure to bring out to you a knife that is not released yet, but is coming out soon. If you're watching the video anywhere near the time that I'm uploading it, I should say, this is, oh my God, August 30th of 2015. And what we're looking at here is a so far unreleased model. There's a couple of prototypes out in the wild because Jason did bring these to the Blade Show. And this, my friends, is one of the rare occasions where Jason Brous has done a titanium frame lock. I know you're looking at it going, but Jim, I thought that was the C-Tech. Yep, no, it's not C-Tech. This is all titanium with a custom honeycomb pattern done into the titanium. But there, as you see, this is a full titanium frame lock. Matter of fact, the last, and I'm kind of thinking only, titanium frame lock that he's done was a newer generation of the Silent Soldier. So, you know, the original Silent Soldier was a liner lock, and he did a couple runs of those, and he finally did a frame lock. And I do believe that that was the only frame lock that he's done. If I've missed one, I apologize. But here we go. This is awesome. The Element is a brand new design all the way around, from the handle design, which is rather unique. He had shown me, I think I'd seen the CAD renderings initially, and then a picture of his first prototype, and I went, oh, I'm not crazy about how that drops off back there. He's like, really? He goes, but it feels really good in the hand. He goes, wait till you feel it, and I think you're going to change your mind. And I did. Once I put this in the hand, your hand just drops right into it. It feels really nice. As a matter of fact, I'm surprised we don't see more knives like that. Once you've handled it, you'll know why. Another new thing for him is the way the clip has been integrated into the frame. Really nicely done. It's very low profile. It's almost a flush clip, which is pretty interesting because now you don't feel it when you're holding the knife. There is zero hot spots whatsoever, thanks to the way that clip has been sunken down in this pocket, and the rest of the frame has been raised up around it. Really, really nicely done. Goes in and out of the pocket really, really easily. Unfortunately, there is no opening here for a lanyard. This is a knife that I think I kind of would have wanted to put a lanyard on. There is no option for that. Great shape to the frame. Flipper tab, not quite as pointy and curvy as he typically uses, which I like. This is very easy to access, and he has done jimping on the face of the flipper tab, which makes it very easy to get it open. As you see, very fast, very smooth. Did it nail me? Barely. Very fast, very smooth on Jason's proprietary bearing system. And we're seeing a brand new blade profile and compound grind from Jason. Jason hasn't been doing compound grinds a lot. He was doing it a lot in his full custom fixed blades, but they really didn't make the transition to his folders except for the triple threat. So now we're seeing something that's bold and unique and different and a little bit larger. Yeah, it's a pretty good sized knife. Let me grab a knife here and give you a size comparison. Hold on one second. Just grab something quick. I wasn't really prepared to do this video, so I put it up next to the 3.5-inch Kirby Lambert snap, and you see that it's just, whoa, hello. It's gonna be one of those videos, isn't it? Holy shit. And you know what? I don't edit my shit. I'm not gonna redo the video, so we're just gonna leave that in. Yeah, I got myself there too. So you see it's just a little tiny bit larger than the 3.5-inch blade on the snap. So it's still a compact knife that I think will give you the performance of a full-size knife. Nice curvature to the frame. Because of the way he's shaped the front area and the way the flipper tab is shaped, it does hook you in. Now, that's good because your hand's not going anywhere, but for somebody with really big hands, you might feel a little bit cramped because then it comes back here, almost like a fighter style. It's a little bit hard to see because of the pattern, but you have one relief here, comes to a point, and then another relief here, and it comes around really, really sharply. And that, you know, for me, I wear a size large glove. My hand is a little tiny bit cramped. If my hands or fingers were a little bit smaller, it would feel really, really great. So keep that in mind when you're considering this. If you've got really ginormous hands, you know, you might end up having to throw your pinky at the butt of it to be comfortable. So that's all there is to that. And the way that I got this, when I went to the Blade Show and I was running around on Thursday, just kind of BSing around with a few of the makers before the show opened the next day, I went over and visited Jason because I love seeing Jason. I love seeing his wife Kina, and they had two of these in there. One, which is more of a standard way they're going to come, that was just black. And then this honeycomb. My eye kept going back to it. I'm like, holy shit, I need that, I need that, I need that. And I kept twisting his arm to sell it to me. He's like, well, I'm not really selling it. I just want to show what some of the new models are going to be like for later in the year. I'm like, I can't leave here without this knife. It's just too damn cool. He's like, all right, fine. I have another one here. I'll show that one. So he sold me this, and they're going to be somewhere around $500 or $550, I think $500, because he sold this one-off semi-custom. He sold me for the price of what the production ones are going to be. So I have a gauge as to what you can expect to pay. It's going to be right around $500. If he does custom work, something like this would be more like $650. From what I understand, they're going to release around the holiday season, so probably around November or December of 2015. So not too much longer to have to wait. I try not to show this one too much on my Instagram and get people going nuts because they can't get it for so long, but I have carried it and I have enjoyed it and I've had so much freaking fun with it. Couple other things, really nice jimping up here on the D2 steel blade. Yes, he's still using D2. No, I don't see him changing. It's a good performing steel for him. It's easy for the customer to sharpen. The only downside to D2 that anybody can really ever give you is the fact that it's not as corrosion resistant as some of the super steels. Big deal. We can all afford to invest $10 in a spray bottle of Aegis Knife Care Solutions EDCI, right? You spray it on, you wipe it off, that's it. That's what I do with all my knives, my Damascus, everything. And I don't have any issues with D2, so nothing to really worry about there. It allows the knife to be a little bit more affordable. Let's give you some close-ups here. So we'll take a look first. This is the satin finish. As always, I would expect to see many different variations available in stone washes and acid washes and black DLC. I like the satin. I like the satin that he does. It looks really, really good. So there it is. I love all the different planes here. So you have your massive top swedge, your front edge bevel, your primary bevel. It looks really, really good. There is a nice close-up look at the pattern that he's done. And you can see some of the millwork that's been done in the titanium. It is pretty much obscured by the custom honeycomb pattern on this one, but you'll see it much more prominently in a non-coated blade. The one thing that I perpetually forget to ask him every single time, I don't know what the backspacer is. It has such a frosty, silvery look to it that it looks like it could be aluminum. I don't know. I want to say that it's titanium, but I honestly, truly do not know. And if I find out, I will put it in the description of this video. So at some point, when you're done watching the video, click on the description and I will let you know on that. There's that awesome new pocket clip. He is using a steel lock bar insert, so you have steel mated to steel. So it's going to wear much more slowly. It's going to maintain the same degree of lockup for a long period of time and reduce the possibility of lock stick. And he still has not started numbering his prototypes as a prototype. He just began doing that. I believe it was on the Sniper. He just did an auction for one, and he actually marked it Prototype 1. So hopefully, whenever you see prototypes on my channel in the future from him, you'll see it actually say Prototype. I personally don't care. It's just, this is how he tests his numbered runs, but it doesn't really matter to me at all. I love the knife. I think it's fantastic. There's no real downside to this knife, but some very minor critiquing. Yeah, I'd like to have the option to put a lanyard on here if I could. Another thing would be, yeah, my hand is just a teeny tiny bit cramped, but somebody with smaller hands Won't have an issue with that. And being a titanium frame lock, it is a bit on the heavy side. Obviously not as heavy as something like this where it's all zirconium and titanium and all that kind of stuff, but for this size knife and what Jason typically does with either G10 or carbon fiber, you know, he makes some pretty damn lightweight knives when you get right down to it. You get to something like the T4, well, that had stainless steel liners that made it heavy. This is all titanium. And for those of you that have been saying, I'm tired of seeing all the G10s, I want to see a titanium frame lock. Here you go. You can't bitch about the weight because you asked for it. And honestly, I think it looks really good. It feels really good. Just a nice knife overall. And yeah, it is a shitload of fun to play with. Very, very quick, snappy and smooth action. Love kind of flicking those grinds in the light. Looks nice. You gotta realize you're not spending $800 or $1,000 like you would for a full custom by someone. So when you're able to pick this up for the price of a high-end production knife, I think it's a great value. Everything he does is limited. He almost always chooses the number 500. So there are going to be 500 or fewer available at any one time. When he does stuff like this and you pay for a semi-custom, then you have a one-off. You have one that nobody else is going to have. And that's an option you can't get with, I don't know, Cold Steel, Spyderco, Zero Tolerance, whoever it is that you've been buying into in production knives. When you make that step up to a mid-tech, you have the availability to have something, well, it's a little bit more unique and a little bit more special. And Jason has been really knocking it out of the park. He makes some really cool designs. He's a very creative dude. And I can't wait to, well, I have seen what's coming soon. I can't wait for you to see what's coming soon because he's going to kind of change the game a little bit. He's doing some pretty innovative things and there's some really badass designs coming down the line. So definitely keep your eyes open. And I always say that about Jason's work, keep your eyes on him because he's ever evolving. He never sits in one position for too long. Yeah, we saw a few knives that were kind of looking a little bit similar in a series from last year, but he's breaking away from that mold and he's doing some really bad shit. I'm going to tell you right now, after this, the main one that you want to look at, and that's, okay, that was the one that I saw he wrote prototype on. He did another collaboration with Dustin Turpin, and you're going to see a framelock Insight. So if you looked at Dustin Turpin's Insight and went, I want one, I know I'm never going to get one because his books are permanently forever closed, and the secondary market on Dustin Turpin stuff is right about triple. Yeah, you'll pay $3,000 for a $1,000 knife. Now you're going to have an option, not now, but soon you're going to have an option, and it's going to be perfect. It's going to be awesome. And being a titanium frame lock, it's going to give you even more of a feel of having that custom in your hand. So definitely look forward to that. I know I am. I'm going to go ape shit to get one. So anyway, keep your eyes on Jason. He's always one to watch. And that's it for me. I'm going to get on out of here. I got talked enough. I've rambled on enough, motherfuckers. So let me get out of here, and I'll catch you guys on the next video.